we're now moving with like 50 pounds gear on the back. Beautiful scenery. Camp 2. Already quite the slog. Quite the slog. My dad and I are lucky to share a major similarity. We are connected by a passion for skiing. That's the other side of the valley? However, we don't get to spend too much time skiing together anymore. Years ago he remarried and now he has 2 young kids to look after. Even in his 60s, he's still obsessed with skiing, biking, climbing, and surfing. I'm not sure if I've ever seen him sit still. We live pretty different lives. The one thing that has always connected us has been the mountains. They're not a barrier for us, but rather a bridge. The wind beats against the window, rattles down the road. I'm lucky enough to have grown up on skis and have since taken my own path. Beautiful views. Feel like shit. Right there. As kids, my brother and I would spend part of every winter at Mike Wiggly helicopter skiing, where my dad was a guide. Now we've decided to go back for what could be our last trip out together. Our plan is to complete a small section of a classic ski traverse right outside Blue River, British Columbia. Wild horses in my head. See you looking out your window. Will she bring roses when I'm dead? Do I love her for her beauty? Do I love her? Makes me smile. Do I love her? It's my duty. Guess we'll never really know. Will we ever let know? Or will we ever let know? La 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 la. Let know. La 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 la. Sun's coming out a bit. That's gonna be nice. Given our day jobs, we couldn't really plan around the weather. When you're stuck in a tent, the busyness of everyday schedules goes away, and you're just left with each other. What's it doing out there? Pumping?
3 centimeters an hour.
Even a person's age becomes less apparent as novelty gives way to boredom. My dad has 30 years experience doing this kind of thing, and he's usually pretty stoic, but all we really had to do was talk.
You want in your bag? What I would advise, I don't know if you do this or not, but that's the other thing, you need a seat. A seat really helps. And if I get a chill, I'm warm, like right away. And you ever lose stuff in your seat bag and then find it like later? You go, oh yeah.
You have done that? We knew before we landed that the snowpack wasn't great, and that might mess up us completing the traverse, but we had a plan B exit.
Like the fumes and all that.
In the meantime, we cooked some pretty good meals and reminisced about past time skiing in these woods
We're
together.
on this secondary drainage here.
We reoriented ourselves with the map and did what any pair of skiers would do after a big snowfall. We went skiing. Watching my dad reconnect with the place was like watching somebody revisit the house they grew up in. It was pretty cool to see.
I'm sentimental, so I walk in the rain. I've got some habits, even I can't explain. I go to the corner, and I end up in Spain. Why try to change me now? I sit and daydream. I got daydreams galore. Cigarette ashes, there they go on the floor. I go away weekends, leave my key in the door. Why try to change me now?
When the sun finally came out, we were able to dry off and really take in our surroundings. I was at peace watching avalanches pour down the south slopes as my dad told stories.
Look and see it.
Yeah.
Got it on film? And we were rappelling.
He has a lifetime in mountain culture, and he was hired directly out of his level 2 as a mechanized ski guide for Mike Wegley.
And this one guy was right in the gully when one let loose. He just hunkered down like this and put his head down. And he was encased in the snow avalanche, and we had to help him out of there. He couldn't get out.
He was always my rock in the backcountry, but I could see that his hard skills weren't what they used to be. Doing compression, another shear.
Oh yeah.
And it scared the shit out of me.
You're not going to get a T-sliding uphill from that. You're stuck, still tied into the rope.
We could finally see our Plan A route more clearly, but because of the danger, it was obvious that we weren't completing the traverse.
You got to cut into there. That'd be the move.
Furthermore, Blue River Base had given us a radio to check in with, but it never made a sound. It didn't seem to work at all. Despite the dead radio, we still tried to make our check-ins every night. Suddenly, our map and compass seemed more crucial than ever before. With my dad's rope work making me uncomfortable, I felt a forced reliance on my skills and training over his. After 4 days in camp, we decided to make ready for our Plan B exit, which was a 2.5-day slog through the LaPierre drainage and onto the highway. We had to get moving to make it to the highway in time, or else they'd come looking for us.
Oh, come on, son. Come on, son.
As soon as we started to descend, things seemed to take a drastic turn for the worse when my dad lost the map. You want the map back? I was furious and shocked by his mistake because no matter what, he always seemed to perform and deliver. Perhaps his age and time away from the mountains had caught up with him. Now all we had was a compass heading to navigate us through dangerous terrain. If we failed to exit the drainage at the right time, we could spend several extra days trying to get to the highway. Or get lost entirely. We're just gonna walk along the bottom. What's the avalanche danger like there?
Yeah, we gotta stay in the trees
on the right side. On the right side? My anxiety was subdued by his determination and his willpower. His strength at this age was truly incredible. He kept pushing and pushing, and with very little water and little food, he practically pulled me through the exit. Though my hard skills were in finer tune than his, I'm not sure if I surpassed him in physical strength. Eventually, we ended up right where we wanted to be, and we made one last radio call just in case they could hear us. I was so exhausted that I could barely see where we'd come from. A few moments went by, and then we could hear the helicopter coming to get us. In the end, we trudged nearly 16 miles with heavy packs on through thick wood and dense snow. The walk seemed to instill self-reliance in me. The torch had been passed, and if I was going to carry it, I better be sure of my capabilities out there. My dad was cut from the mountain cloth, but seasons change. In times like this, I ask why. Why do we do this? Why do we spend time in dangerous terrain, cold and wet? And I never really have an answer.
Not too many 60-year-old guys doing this stuff.
Think you're losing it, your edge?
Oh yeah, totally.
This place is both very dangerous and something of a playground for me. I feel most like a kid when I'm up there, and I think my dad does too. But I'm starting to see his time in the mountains come to an end.
Bernus Bowl, named for Junior Bernus, Olympic champion and director of skiing and snowboarding.
Oh wow. Oh, the history too.
Yep.
All I know is I feel so lucky to have had someone like him introduce me to the mountains.
The water gush, the